All right, and we are officially recording. All right, so many of you have been to these meetings before. I know typically these are done in person because generally they're in-person annual conference. But basically two things we'll do is we'll give some quick updates of where we are in terms of what the committee's been doing recently. But the biggest piece of today we'll spend trying to get the action plan done. And once I give the quick updates, we'll go ahead and look over the action plan. And just in terms of what we have, so we had a scholarship, which you may or may not have known about. There was a scholarship program through this committee, which provided funding for those who were teaching concurrent sessions that were diversity related, with an application process for that. We had 3 applicants. We judged the 3 applicants. The 3 applicants were all awarded the funds. Originally, when we thought this was an in-conference or going to be an in-person conference, that funding was for $250 to cover the majority, or I guess at least half of the cost for registration. And given the move to virtual, I think we changed to, and now I'm forgetting, it was either 100 or 125. So it still covered a solid portion of the conference dues, but it was reduced as we moved to the virtual format. We also had, in addition to that, organizing a program. Hopefully you all got information or saw that we do have a diversity concurrent session that's both an Ignite and forum session, which we're very excited about. That is coming this Wednesday afternoon at, let me double check the calendar so I don't say the wrong thing, at 12 p.m. Eastern. So that's 11 Central, 10 Mountain, 9 Pacific. And we have 5 wonderful speakers that are speaking about different diversity related initiatives or programs within their state or locality. They'll do a quick about 5 to 7 minute Ignite. Then we're going to actually have a facilitated forum session where we'll ask them some questions. We have some pre-scripted ones, but we also have it open to the audience that's there as well, to go ahead and ask any questions they have of those speakers. And we'll ask people to have broader questions that apply to multiple speakers, because at the very end of that concurrent session, we'll actually have breakout rooms with an opportunity to have questions specific to those speakers. So we're very excited about that. So again, it's a 3-part kind of concurrent sessions over a 2-hour period. Start with the Ignite sessions, move into a facilitated forum, and then conclude with breakout sessions for those speakers. I did also want to point those out, not only as updates, but I believe the incoming chair and chair-elect, given the last conversation, want to keep those subcommittees and kind of have the same format moving forward. So if you're interested in either of those initiatives or both of those initiatives, please let the chair and chair-elect know. And I'm going to go ahead and put their information in chat in case they were unable to make it for whatever reason today. But please let them know if you would like to serve on either one of those committees. And again, that's the scholarship subcommittee or the program subcommittee, which in addition to planning that concurrent session, the program subcommittee also helps with trying to reach out and find speakers for webinars throughout the year. So that's another function of that program committee. Alrighty, so that's all I had for updates. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to share with the group before we kind of move into discussing this action plan? All right. If not, go ahead and share my screen. All righty. Can everyone see the action plan up on the screen? Okay, perfect. Again, many of you have probably been in this committee before and have seen these action plans before. But there's a number of pieces we're going to look at. I'm going to go ahead and read through kind of what we want to get accomplished. And it doesn't have to be all done today, but at least get a really good head start on it today. I think it has to be submitted definitely before the end of the year, but I don't remember if it's December 1st or December 31st. And that'll be something Jane and Darlene will have to put together. But one thing that's been a constant of this group for quite a while is getting monthly articles together for that e-newsletter, the NEAFCS e-newsletter. So we try and make sure we have a diversity article there every single month. We'll come back to it in a second, but if you are interested in having that article or being an author for one of those articles, please volunteer. We do need 12 authors throughout the year. If we don't have 12 people volunteer, you're more than welcome to do it twice as well. These are relatively short articles, so we're targeting about 250 words. So it's not a gigantic article. If you do volunteer, it'll either be Jane or I will send you an email that gives you kind of a little more instruction, a template for what it'll be in. But basically it's 250 words that has to do with diversity related topic for the benefit of NEAFCS members. You'll send that in with a professional photo, and then it'll come out in the following month's newsletter. I do say following month. So for instance, they have November 15th here. So the person who volunteers for that first one, it'll be due November 15th, which is coming up pretty soon, admittedly. And then it will publish in the December